Welcome to Let's Chew the Gum. I'm your host, Protocol. We're talking about a lot of things in this show while we chew the gum. And as always, in the show, we always have
something for your mind, something for your mind, something for your
무엇인가 정신을 집어넣으세요. 어떤 것 필요합니까?
something for your
정신을 집어넣으세요.
mind,
정신을 집어넣으세요.
something for your
Welcome back to this latest episode of Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast where we talk about everything from A to Z while we chew the gum. I want to thank you for staying with us during the brief hiatus we've had. I've been so busy, not too busy for you guys, but very busy for a great cause. I was involved in and still am involved in a campaign called Instagrad2020. Instagrad, Instagrad, Instagrad2020. And with this campaign, it's about celebrating the graduates of 2020. We started with a Facebook event page, an Instagram page, TikTok, Hellonis, quite a few social media sites, Twitter, website, merch store. And as I've told others about it or they've come across it online, people have asked me, well, what is it? What do you do? And some of it is self-explanatory. But I'll talk more about that. Today I'm going to explain Instagrad 2020 to you all because I think it's a great movement that we all can get behind. And I'm going to invite some parents of graduates and possibly some graduates will join us on the call also today. But I want to play a brief clip that I put up on the website for those that were wondering, what is Instagrad? Let me play you a clip. Good afternoon, good evening. I'm Dr. Tayari Kawanda. Just over maybe 2 months ago, while I was teaching my seniors online, I began to hear stories about how they were worried about not having a graduation or working so hard that they wouldn't be able to cross the stage and be recognized. I heard the same thing from my university students, and I began to think about how much I love them all, seniors in high school and university students. And I know I just wanted to do something for them, something special for them, to let them know that they were appreciated and honored. At that time when COVID just hit, schools were scrambling to figure out just basic logistics. And ideas of graduation and prom were not on the back burner, but were not necessarily the first priority, and it's understood. It was a priority to me to always bring smiles to people's faces. And so I began to think about and came up with the idea for Instagrad 2020. And I thought about how it's not just seniors in high school. It's kindergartners and those families, 5th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, high school, college at all levels, professional schools, training programs, 12-step programs for people who are in recovery. And I began to think this is happening all around the world. And what could I do? What small gesture could I make as just one individual to just let students and folks around the world know that they were thought of? And Instagrad 2020 popped up in my head. It started from an idea, and it's led to this movement that's happening now, where we have people from all over the world who are calling in and emailing me with their stories of gratitude and appreciation and wanting to be included. And so we launched a merchandise store where I worked with an individual to design a logo and have a store where you can purchase items, shirts and leggings and canvases for your wall and stickers and mugs, all types of things that will go towards what I hope will be a pretty substantial scholarship fund for graduates of 2020 that want to apply. We came up with the idea, I say we, it's really me. I'm one person, but it's not about me. I came up with the idea of having a TikTok challenge for young folks or anybody who wanted to perform dances, and I even did a freestyle rap song to go along with it. And the idea is all of those things will be rolled out throughout the summer and throughout the fall of this year, and including the winter, where we'll add more merchandise to the store that you'll be able to shop in starting May 16th, beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All of these things were just a way for me that I could do to give back. So it's cost me time, which I don't mind. It's cost me money, which I don't have. But it's really a matter of heart, which I'm happy to share. And anyone that knows me, my students, for the years that have known me, they know that that's really what I'm about. I was reluctant to even put my face out there because it's not about any one particular face. And as I always say, I don't care if you're black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, Asian, or any type of persuasion. You deserve this. Our families deserve this. This is a human thing. It's not a political thing. It's a human thing. So if I'm able to just touch one person's heart and to make one person feel well, I know that that job is well done. And I feel great looking at myself in the mirror at night. But I know that already I've been able to help so many people, and I appreciate the stories and I appreciate the support. I've been up countless nights, missing sleep, sleeping just a few hours because I want to do everything I can to make this special for you and yours. We have just one day left. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to open up the online store and the website for folks that want to contribute. You'll be able to do that. If you want to just buy gifts of love for your loved ones, you'll be able to do that. And it's really about them. So thank you so much. Congratulations to all the Instagrad2020s. And remember, if you'd like to have your name read during the Facebook Live and Instagram Live feeds, just send an email to Instagrad, that's INSTAGRAD 2020 at gmail.com. Like the Facebook page with the same name to keep up with events throughout the year. And definitely follow us on Instagram at Instagrad2020. We'd love to have you be a part of this. Again, it just started from me. It's not about me. It's really about you and yours. I so appreciate you so much. Thank you. Take care. And so from that, Instagrad 2020 was born. I'm happy to say that it's growing, and we are receiving phone calls and emails from people all around the world. And so it's really, again, about celebrating the graduates, no matter what age. You heard on there that the launch was May 16th. So that was the day we launched the website, and we opened up all of the social media accounts for people to follow and interact and to follow what we have upcoming. Since then, we've put out a few promo codes for merchandise for people to go onto the website and be able to buy and purchase gifts for their loved ones or their graduates. We had the TikTok challenge begin. I released the freestyle for the TikTok challenge. That was a lot of fun. And so that's underway. It's still not too late to go ahead and join in on the TikTok challenge. This is Let's Chew the Gum. And as you all know who listen, we talk about everything from A to Z. And this Instagrad 2020 is definitely something that's in between. Again, a year-long celebration of the 2020 graduates that weren't able to cross the stage. We're just doing a little bit extra here just to help out and support. I'm going to have a few guests on the show today to talk about their experiences with their graduates and be able to just talk about it and shower their grads with love and hopefully inspire you to do the same. Before I bring them on, let me just remind you, this is Let's Chew the Gum. You can email us at letschewthegum@gmail.com. You can listen to us on the channel where you're listening now. And although I'm not sure what channel that is, we're available on Spotify and Spreaker and Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio and iTunes. We're out there for you to listen. Feel free to check us out at anchor.fm/protocol, www.anchor.fm/protocol, where you can find out more episodes, where you can donate to this station, if you like what we're doing here, you'll find us on Anchor. So let me pause for a moment while I bring in one of our guests. As I said, my first guest is here, and I would like to welcome Laura Ward Clark. Laura Ward Clark, 5th and 6th grade special education teacher from Hayes Porter Elementary School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you for being on the show, Laura. We so appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know, as you know, with the Instagrad, it's been about a celebration of graduates across the country. And I wanted to invite you on because when we conversed or interacted back and forth through email and online, you were submitting names for students to be shouted out on the Facebook Live event, and then to find out that you were a teacher, and you also included your entire 6th grade to get them a shout out online. I thought that was great. But I was sharing with my listeners, you know, the opportunity for them to get involved and to support or share this idea of Instagrad with everybody. And I wanted to just speak with individuals like you who are involved and really talk about, you know, first of all, your experience and your thoughts regarding the closures of schools that were not allowing students to graduate. I mean, how was that affecting folks that you know of in your area?
Well, we have the high school graduates who were really disappointed, considering this is like their farewell and they're moving on to adulthood. That's something that we kind of cherish, and it's just a little different. We did it here as parades, so our students were able to, they were given a time slot, and they were able to drive in their cars at the school and pick up their diplomas. We have some districts who gave them time slots, and their family and their graduate can come into their auditorium, and they have it set up, and they walk across the stage and receive their diploma, and they did those things virtually as well, so their other families and friends could see it because it's limited. I just think it's it's really disappointing that, you know, they're going to miss out on that. But prayerfully, it'll make them push and strive harder for the future so they can get their degree and walk across that stage and receive their degree. So, it's different, and people are thinking of creative ways to try and give them that same effect, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
Right. Yeah, it's not the same. You know, when it first happened, you know, before you came on the show, I played a segment of a recording explaining how Instagrad2020 began, and I was saying that initially when this first happened, it wasn't that graduations and proms were on the back burner, but that districts were scrambling just to figure out daily operations and funding sources, et cetera. And because I have seniors at two different levels, I was hearing their stories of wonderment of, you know, what are we going to do? Is there going to be a graduation? Is it a prom? Whatever. And I had just mentioned to them, if there was something that I could do, I would. And I am glad to see that many schools are finding creative ways, as you said, to have a pseudo graduation. But again, it's not the same, but it is what it is. And I think, again, that was the reason that I was happy to be able to start Instagrad. You know, someone might say it's extra, but I wanted it to be extra because of the, I don't want to use the word lack of, but just the different dynamic that the students are experiencing based upon what they may have expected. So, you know, the website, the merchandise, the TikTok challenges, the giveaways, the scholarship drive, and all of those things were inspired by that. And I'm glad that, again, some of your students in your town had a chance to, you know, be a part of that. You know, if they got a chance to hear their name shouted out, or if they're going to be, there's at least one or two maybe brand ambassadors in your town. Did that bring a little bit of joy to students there, do you think?
I think it did. I think it did bring some joy to them because it was kind of unexpected. So what I did when I submitted their names, I just emailed their parents and let them know, or text them and let them know that, hey, go check out Instagrad2020, like, share, and listen out for your names because you're going to get a shout out. And, it was exciting for them to have a different platform where they will hear their names. And then they were really excited when I told them that you were based in California. So that gave them a little more like, yay, somebody in California shouting me out. Don't even know me, but, so
Right.
That was really cool. We're excited about that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I said it's a human thing. I'm a 6-time graduate, and I explained to some folks, I know the feeling of putting in the work to be able to graduate, and I know that it takes sacrifice. I said to someone else, I don't care if you have a 1.9 or a 4.0. Maybe I said it on the live event, but if you graduate, there are some things that you had to have done right. There's some daily decisions you had to make. You've had to do some things intentionally in order to get there, and you've overcome some challenges and obstacles, and it's different for everybody. For some, it comes a little bit easier. For myself in high school, being homeless and having to overcome, gang and drug environments and that type of thing, it's different for everyone. So when you cross that stage, it's like a relief. There's no guarantees of where you go after, but it is an accomplishment that I think is worthy of honor and recognition. So, me being able to do that for them, it brings me joy. I was just as excited to shout out names, and I go to the graduations with my students each year. It's an exciting time, and I get that same feeling of butterflies in my stomach, when I'm going to go on the stage with them. It's the same feeling of joy and emotion. I get so excited for them. I want to take the pictures with them and all those things. So I'm glad that was able to happen. We're going to have a lot more events. Right now I'm working on a deal to be able to have Instagrad2020 on a online streaming service for students, and we have quite a few things in the works. So I'm hoping that you'll stay involved and our listeners will stay involved because we need that. And then you also, aside from being a teacher, you had your own graduate that I like to call them Instagrads. Like I feel like they're mine now. They're all my Instagrads. You had one of, right? I was like, hey, you're an Instagrad too. You had one of your own to graduate this year. At what level was it? High school, college?
My daughter graduated from Wilmington University in Wilmington, Delaware, with a bachelor's in human relations and resources. So I'm pretty proud about that and excited. Again, it was a little different. I would have been traveling to Delaware to, participate, but, again, it wasn't done that. But they said they will have something in October where they would have a ceremony. So maybe I can attend that one in October if she chooses to participate.
Sure.
Because, although they graduate, but life goes on. So things come up and things change.
Yeah, absolutely.
That might not be an opportunity that she's able to take advantage of at that time. So,
sure. And
I'm just proud and excited that she did it. She had my granddaughter 4 years ago. Well, she'll be 5 in December. So for her to still push through and continue her education and graduate with her bachelor's in human relations and resources makes me very proud.
Yeah, I'm proud of them too. Like I'm just giddy again. I get really giddy. It may come through with my smiles when I think about graduation. And like you said, things things change and they go on, and maybe the momentum is not there, and other plans are in effect. And I think that's one of the reasons why I established this to be something all year. Right, every month on the 20th. Because of 2020, I would like to have some type of large event. But throughout that time, there's giveaways and there's new merchandise coming out and new things to do on Instagram and TikTok challenges. Just today is the May 21st. Just yesterday, we had the it was May 20, so it was actually 2020, something like that. So we had a special promo code, which that promo code will be good for the rest of the month. But another promo code to give 20% off of merchandise at the merch store, which is at www.instagrad2020.net. And then the day before that, we had, again, I mentioned before, the TikTok challenge. So that's out on TikTok, and we have a fine young man that's, he has the Instagrad 2020 shirt on, and he's doing the TikTok challenge. So we just want to continue to have fun, and I'm hoping that we can get a virtual prom. That's going to be a challenge, but it's on my mind. I'm thinking about it. If anybody's listening and you have ideas, email me at Instagrad2020 at gmail.com, or just email right into the show at letschewthegum@gmail.com. And I'm always listening, and I definitely need some assistance. I'll do everything I can on my own, and I won't look to my left or right. But if someone's out there and they want to help, I'm open to it. Well, I really thank you for your time and just sharing your experiences with that, and I wish the best to your graduates. And again, I hope that you and they stay along for the ride, because it's all for 2020. And I appreciate you spreading the word to the parents and just helping me to spread that joy. And it's not done. We're going to have more events where there'll be live shout outs. So if you know of other folks that didn't get shouted out, have to submit their names and their schools or cities, and that'll be great. But by all means, have them to follow the Instagrad 2020 page. I tried to go out and get all the social media sites to make sure that people could access from anywhere. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Halonis, Tumblr, Pinterest, Etsy, the website, I don't know what I missed, Facebook, all of those areas. So do you think you might do the TikTok challenge? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if you had a chance to go in there and see it, but it's a lot of fun.
I think I saw the young man with the white Instagrad 2020 shirt on.
Right. Yeah. He had a lot of fun.
And he had kind of like spiked hair, or hair.
Mm-hmm. Like curly hair. Yeah. I was pretty impressed with this dance. I'm looking forward to it. I have some seniors that I know that someone just sent a message that came across my screen right now. I said, I got my shirt, so I'm looking forward to it. Another guy this morning was asking me, how do I get into the challenge? And so I told him. So we, I know Kevin Hart, I don't think he's a listener, but I know Kevin Hart is always on TikTok now, and maybe we'll get him doing the Instagrad challenge and see if we can get that thing to spread, because it's for a good cause, and it's just about bringing something special and a distraction in this time that, just like you said, is trying and is different, and anything we can do to as educators, as just humans, I guess, to bring some smiles, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So again, thank you.
And again, we'd like to thank you.
Oh my goodness.
For your for the platform and thinking about the 2020 graduates and putting something out there for them to have recognition, and we do appreciate it.
No, it's definitely my pleasure. I'm always that's just always my mindset, to help others, because it helps me. Thank you, Laura, so much.
Oh, not a problem. It was my pleasure to be here.
All right. Be sure to listen in to our other episodes on Let's Chew the Gum, okay?
All righty.
All right. Thank you. You're listening to Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast where we talk about everything from A to Z. Today, we are talking about and discussing Instagrad 2020, the year-long celebration to celebrate all the graduates of 2020 at every level: kindergarten, 5th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, high school, colleges at all levels, training programs, professional schools and trade schools, 12-step and recovery programs, basically any situation where you were going to have a graduation and we're going to cross the stage, but you weren't able to. That's what Instagrad 2020 is all about. Be sure to follow the Instagrad page, 2020 page at Instagrad 2020, also on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook page, like it all. Stay tuned. We have prizes and events, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Something for your mind.
Please smile again.
Something for your mind.
Welcome back.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it could be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast also with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Listening to Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast where we talk about everything from A to Z. Today's topic is Instagrad2020, the year-long celebration to celebrate all the graduates of 2020. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Spreaker, Podbean. We're pretty much on most podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes. And email us with your thoughts at letschewthegum@gmail.com. My next guest, I'm very happy to have my next guest because she is an actual Instagrad. She has graduated and is so deserving of crossing the stage. And I'm going to introduce her right now, right out of Jamestown High School, out of Jamestown, New York. I have Sarai Ayala Torres. Welcome to the show, Sarai.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you. I have some parents and others on the show, but I'm really excited to have one of our Instagrads. And so, man, I'm excited. I should be the one that's kind of, you should be the one that's more kind of nervous. I'm nervous and excited. I'm jumping over my words. But as I was telling others, I get so excited about graduation and just understanding the life of getting to that point and senior year. That's exciting. So before we talk about your experience with Instagrad, I wanted to ask you, how were things in your hometown as the schools began to shut down? I know my seniors in high school started wondering immediately, what about prom and graduation? What was that like in your area in New York?
All of us were bummed. We were bummed, but we're trying to find a way that they can actually do a graduation for us instead of having it virtually. Mm-hmm. And we're kind of excited for it. We are trying to put this idea that we could put our handprints for the class of 2020 in a wall for our school. We sent it to the principal of our school for the idea can come out. We can show for the upcoming classes that no matter what they're going through, we've had it basically harder, and just to overcome whatever they're going through and show that we were strong so they can be strong as well.
Wow. That is outstanding. And don't be surprised. I think, people that are listening, you might see that idea pop up somewhere. But remember, folks, you heard it first here on Let's Chew the Gum. Out of Jamestown High School. That's a great idea. Not only does it leave a legacy of you guys being there, right, as a testimony, but as you said, it's inspiring. If I was a senior coming in or anyone else and got a chance to see that, I would be inspired. And because, this situation is such a, it's a life changer, and it hasn't happened in our lifetime. I think, something like that, a memorial like that stands the test of time is definitely appropriate. That's an outstanding idea. A great idea. Do you have do any things extracurricular at your high school? Were you a part of any clubs or teams or things like that?
I was part of the Spanish club, and I also played volleyball with my classmates and stuff. It wasn't actually like a sport that we played competitions and stuff. It was just for people to get to know each other and stuff. Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool. That's cool. What was the name of the club you said?
It was the Spanish Club.
Oh, Spanish Club. Oh, that's cool. No, that's real cool. I like that. I had a similar club at my high school. It was called the Chill Club, and I had been the advisor for the first few years of it. And it stood for the Chicano Hispanic Intercultural Language Learners. And it was a pretty cool club where students got to just get together to learn about each other and experience or expose others to Chicano and Hispanic culture at our school site and in the town. So I think anytime you can be a part of something, that helps, especially in school. School can be tough sometimes. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about your experience when you found out about Instagrad and what that was all about. I know that you did say you followed the Instagrad 2020 page, right?
Yes, I do. I was really happy, honestly, because I'm seeing different people doing a whole bunch of different things. Even though our prom, graduation, everything was canceled, people still found a way to make everything possible and make sure that we have a good time, even though there's quarantines going on and everything. People still had, even though we were sad, we were still having fun with our families and stuff to make sure that everything was, like, good. And even though we're at the sad point in our life that we couldn't go to prom or graduation or anything, we still made time to do everything and have fun. So, yeah.
No, that's cool, and that's what it's all about, really. You know, if you've been on the Instagrad 2020 page, and so you can see that there's people in high school and that are joining, and there's some colleges, students, and people that are going to college now that were seniors, and it's really just a way for people to, like you talked about with your volleyball team, just to get together and to be able to be a part of something, right? It's one thing to when you go through something alone, but when you have others around that you know have gone through it also. It kind of, you know, for me at least, it empowers you. It gives you a sense of belonging, knowing that, you know what, there's someone else that can relate to me, right? And so it's really about a sense of belonging, you know? Uh-oh, did I lose you?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I was just saying it's about a sense of belonging. So I'm glad that you were able to, you know, follow the page. And I hope that, what about, oh, wait, I have to ask, what about the TikTok challenge? Are you going to get in on the TikTok challenge?
Yes, I'm planning on doing it when I get my cap and gown. And for my prom that I'm going to have basically at my house in the basement, my mom is trying to put like a whole prom for me this Saturday so I can have fun and stuff and get like the experience. It might not be at like a place with all my friends, but it's an experience for me.
Oh, that's pretty cool because, you know, we're trying to do a virtual prom. We're getting things together for a virtual prom also. So you got to be a part of that. That's cool. And I definitely can't wait for you to do your TikTok challenge. And, you know, hopefully, you know, once we get offline, maybe we can talk. Maybe I'll hopefully be able to find some place out there for you to be able to get your shirt out there in New York, and you don't have to wait for it to be delivered through the mail. So that'd be really cool, man. I'm gonna go on and go ahead and do my TikTok challenge also. You know, that's my song. That's my freestyle on there, right? Just saying.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's my freestyle, and it's just a tribute to the students, man. Just having fun. I like to have fun like that. So definitely can't wait for the TikTok challenge. I'm so proud of you for what you have accomplished, and I'm just as proud of you for the attitude that you have. You know, understanding that it's a disappointment, but you know what? We move on and we go on, and so that's. I look forward to all your successes in life, and you know, make sure that you continue to follow the Instagram page and the Let's Chew the Gum page, because we like to, you know, keep tabs with you along the way and to support you in your endeavors, you know, as you continue through whatever career path you choose. Okay.
Yes, I will. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, maybe we can help you out with your prom. I don't know what we can do as far as be a part of it, you know, or advertise it or whatnot, but that sounds exciting. And, thank you to all your classmates. Let your classmates know that you are an Instagrad 2020, and, just thank you. So proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself too, actually. Like, I'm proud of every student, honestly, all over the world that accomplished this. Basically, because we've had a rough time through these 4 years, and we've had it rough all this time, and we're making it through, and we're going to make it, and we're going to continue rising up and become some people in life very important to many, many people.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Thanks for that. Well, audience, you heard it. You know, thanks and congratulations to Sarai and all the Instagrad 2020s around the world. Continue to join the movement, to support the graduates, to become an Instagrad yourself by following the Instagram page at Instagrad2020, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Be sure this is what it's all about. Helping students like her and others just to be able to celebrate their accomplishments and know that they're honored. I think we have time for one more guest. This is My next guest is Deb King, local photographer out of Detroit, Michigan. Deb King is also the proud parent of an Instagrad2020. Welcome to the show, Deb. How are you?
Thank you. I am well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been very busy with the Instagrad2020, and it's kept me from some other projects, but this one is much more exciting and much more fun. And the other projects, they're important, and I'm taking care of those. But right now, this has me up at night and early in the morning, so I'm excited. I'm giddy, like I'm about to graduate again and again. And every time I encounter, it's true, every time I encounter a new follower or subscriber, I'm putting out personal messages, and I'm can't wait to talk to them and share their experiences. So it's been exciting for me. I think I think my hair is actually growing back in places that it didn't. So regaining a lot of my youth.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, who needs Rogaine, right? No, yeah, I'm loving it. Right. No, I'm good though. I'm good. I just wanted to. I've been asking people that have come on the show. It's just about really sharing their experiences with the shutdown of schools and how that affected their students, their children, their communities, and then talking about how programs like Instagrad and others and what people are doing to sort of replicate as much as possible the graduation and the special experience. So I began by saying that you have a graduate that graduated this year. How has that been or how was that initially when school shut down for not only her but for you?
You know what? It was. I would have to say you just felt like you were blindsided. My daughter Lauren is an artist. She is very involved with her friends. She was ready for the break. So a couple of days, and even as that turned into a few weeks, the boredom started setting in, and we started to worry about the future plans. But my daughter was ready to. She felt like she was done really this time last year. She almost felt like I don't even need to finish my 12th grade year. She had all take classes, all of her requirements were done. Her schedule was reduced because of all of her classes had already been taken care of. So she had senioritis very early. She did miss, of course, the regular things that come along with that, especially in anticipation that that's your senior year. It's, it's camaraderie, it's fun, it's parties, it's, graduation and prom and all of those things. That the school is still going to do some sort of a graduation. They've been petitioning us and asking, what are your preferences? What would you like to do? Prom, I guess they're not going to kind of duplicate anything when it comes to that, but we still may get her and her prom date together, and maybe it'll just be kind of their first major dress-up date. And doing photography, of course, I'm going to have some place for them to take some really nice pictures and create still some really good memories. But she's not heartbroken. She's really not. She's still doing her artistry. She's doing commission work. Right now, I just got finished spending $45 on plantains and rice. And so she's staying very creative. She cooks, and she really, I don't know that she really is hugely upset.
Right. Yeah, I've seen many students that have kind of run the gamut in terms of their emotions, right? Like some like her that were done already, right? They were done already. They had most of everything. I've had, some of my seniors, graduated in December, so they weren't around for the shutdown to even affect them. And like I said, I have others that were just heartbroken because, although they had senioritis, they thought they were done. Done in terms of not wanting to be there. But once it happened, you get the messages, I miss school. I want to go back to school. And I joked to some that, that they had missed even the teachers that they didn't like so much. They wanted to be back, but that's great that, you've instilled in her and she's developed a sense of purpose outside of just the school atmosphere and what that could do for her in terms of graduation, to where she has things she can focus on. And that's important. And I think, that was one of the, I didn't specifically state it as a reason behind Instagrad, but it's sort of implied that with the Instagrad 2020, it was to help those that maybe were not so much able to focus on other things because, for some that was their everything that they looked forward to for a long time. So for them, it gave them a sort of a soft landing spot or something to be a part of, or a buffer to help them transition and to stay focused on positive things like such as that your daughter is involved in, so that, the mind doesn't deteriorate and you pick up bad habits or just have a bad mood, but to stay focused and stay the course. People are looking out for you and people are here for you, and it can still be fun,
right.
So, with the photography, I hope that we can, maybe collaborate on some things to where you can, be a part of this Instagrad 2020 with your photography, because, one of my guests.
Absolutely. I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'll be etched in history. A guest came on just before you, a student, as a matter of fact, and they were going to do something to where they have their hands. I don't know if it's going to be imprinted into a wall or if it's just a paint thing. I think it was an imprint for all the seniors to be able to leave there as a part of their legacy of their 2020 graduation. So we find creative ways, and I'd love to have you as a part of that.
Thank you. I would love to be a part of it. I think Lauren has a tremendous sense of self. She has a really individual kind of 90s vibe because of her mother, of course, because I was, that was right around, I graduated in 96. So, baggy pants, colorful clothes, big hair. She's a lot like me. So her crew, she has like 7 young ladies, and they have been close since the 9th grade. So considering that they have house party and Zoom and other things that they can still, be together and laugh and joke and play. And so that really was her crew. I think she would be more hurt if she did more in high school. She ran track, if she was a part of a club or something like that, her feelings may be a little more hurt. But she's, I know that she misses it, but since we planned, she got a full scholarship to Eastern Michigan.
Great.
So she'll be going there. Yes, I'm thinking I did something right as a mom.
Absolutely.
She always made good grades, and I'm extremely proud of her. But her vibe is just is to where she's still comfortable, because she still has her base set of friends, and she really is not hurting for too much right now. Of course, it's the
great.
basics. Yeah, it's not going to be there, but she's good.
That's good. Strength in numbers, and we need that. We need that kind of energy at Instagrad 2020. The creativity because we have so many events planned for the year, and that we're putting together. Whether it's a virtual prom or the music show or the comedy show, or we have the TikTok challenge, and we have the merch store where people can go and buy merchandise to participate in this movement, and a part of that goes to a scholarship fund. And the TikTok challenge is fun already. I'm seeing, people are calling me and wanting to know how to get involved. There's the video out there, and so that's a fun thing for people to be able to go and do their graduation dance and let the world see, just something fun to do, and the little, the song that goes with it. So if we can get creative minds on board, like I said, I'm open for people that have ideas and that are creatives, because I'm just one person. So I look forward to that.
Well, one person is a movement. Don't discount that. You're doing something great. And, on top of the fact that, you're already in the educational field, it sounds like you have a very big heart for, adolescents and kids alike. And it just seems like this is a great way to do that. So I'd have to thank you for that, because I think everybody's trying to do everything that they can.
Yeah, I think they are. And thank you so much. I think that they are. And that's just what we do, right? We're resilient. And I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. The attitude that you've instilled in your daughter, and congratulations to her, not only on the graduation, but the full scholarship to Eastern Michigan. That's outstanding. So we look for big things and bright things for her, and we hope that both of you will continue to support and follow the Instagrad 2020 movement. We definitely want to keep track of that, and just to see where this goes.
You know what? We sure will. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll tell her that you said congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Make sure she follows the Instagrad 2020 page for the merch and the giveaways and all the fun and excitement, because it's there, okay?
Absolutely. I will get her involved. Thank you.
We will be in touch. Thank you so much, Deb. Take care.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you again so much to all my guests today that have come on to talk about their experiences with the shutdowns and the plans for graduation that may or may not be happening, but most importantly, about just all the students and graduates that have overcome. They put in the work, and now it's time to collect. They said school's out. What the heck? They're Instagrads. Hey, please join me in celebrating and honoring all the 2020 graduates, again, from kindergarten through 12th grade, college, trade programs, improvement programs. We're honoring them all year long throughout the months. We will have special events on the 20th of every month this year. Check out the merchandise store where you can purchase merchandise for your graduates or for yourself. It's at www.instagrad2020.net. You're listening to Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast where we talk about everything from A to Z. Please give us a call, a follow. We love to hear from you. Email us at letschewthegum@gmail.com. Follow Instagrad2020 at Instagrad2020 on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and others. We thank you so much. And remember, we always have
Something for your mind. Something for your mind.
Ladies podcast.
Something for your
무엇인가
mind.
정신을 집어넣으세요. 마음에 어떤 것 필요합니까?
Something for your
정신을 집어넣으세요.
mind.